What's up, guys? Ruben Velasquez here, aka the Nintendo God. And in today's episode, I'm going to be reviewing for you guys Mario and Luigi Brothership for the Nintendo Switch. So, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and comment down below what is your favorite boss or mid boss from this game, Mario and Luigi Brothership. And with that being said, I want to be reviewing this game in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, Mario and Luigi Brothership, if I remember correctly, came out 2024, around the end of that year, and it was a total surprise to everybody. Like, no one thought that the Mario and Luigi series would even return because the second company that was basically the creators of this game, other than Nintendo, Alpha Dream, went bankrupt in around 2019. So, because they were not making enough money on the Mario and Luigi games, or something other games they probably made. I don't know. I only knew that company because of the series. But yeah, Alpha Dream went bankrupt in around 2019. I guess some of their products were not selling well, so they went bankrupt. So everyone thought that the Mario Luigi franchise was done for because that company was the main company that worked with Nintendo on the series. So then, when a trailer came out in I think a Nintendo Direct or something of this game, no one really believed it at first until they saw the title of the game and it was like, oh my god, a new Mario and Luigi game, let's freaking go. Yeah, that was basically its upbringing for this game. Or should I say return instead of upbringing. So yeah, Mario and Luigi Brothership is just like any other Mario and Luigi game where it's an RPG. You know, the A button is for Mario, the B button is for Luigi. You know, if you want to use Mario, you use the A button, B with Luigi. So, but they do change it. They do tweak a little bit of stuff in this next game in the series because you don't have like a toggle button to like swap from like your bros moves in the overworld to like your hammer or something like in some previous versions of these games. But basically, the X button is how you use the hammer with Mario, and the Y button is how you use the hammer for Luigi in the overworld, not in battle, because that is a whole nother monster, honestly. But yeah, that's just how the mechanics and the controls are in the overworld in this game. But in battle is the most confusing part of this game. So previously in the other Mario and Luigi games, uh, to to select your moves with Mario and Luigi, it was always relegated to their specific buttons that you use in the overworld. So with Mario, you always select your attacks or your items or your bros moves with A, and then you attack with A afterwards. And then with Luigi, it was the same thing. You would choose attack or items or bros moves with B, and then you attack with B at your enemy. But in Brothership, they changed that with Luigi. So when you're selecting an item or an attack with Mario or Luigi, they both use the A button to select an enemy to attack. But right when you're about to attack the enemy is right when you have to press B for Luigi or A for Mario. So it's a little bit of a tweak, a little complicated tweak. I guess the Nintendo thought would be okay. Um, but yeah, battling aside, uh, the story of this game is pretty simplistic for a Mario and Luigi game. Luigi's getting chased by bees, and then he almost falls off a cliff, and then Mario reaches for his hand to lift him back up from the cliff. But right when Mario is doing that, their gloves start to glow, and then a big portal or tube or something shows up in the sky, sucking up all the denizens of the Mushroom Kingdom. You know, Mario, Luigi, Peach, a bunch of toads, Starlo, Dory, the dolphin dinosaur or something. I think that's what Dory is supposed to be. And of course, Bowser Jr., Kamek, and all of the minions also get sucked into this portal as well. And then, of course, the bros end up in a land called Concordia, where the land got split apart by some mysterious force. And the denizens of Concordia tell Mario, well, basically they beg Mario and Luigi for them to help them save Concordia by connecting the islands, um, and basically bringing the land of Concordia back together. Basically, you're basically playing a giant puzzle game because you gotta like connect these islands after doing a bunch of fights from enemies, and then you gotta light these lighthouses in every single one of these islands you travel to, and that basically connects the islands together like a giant puzzle piece. They do introduce new bros and moves, so you got a well, not bros moves and bros attacks are completely different. So I'll talk about the bros moves that you use in the overworld in this game. So you got the UFO, the bro UFO. You got the bro ball, which is basically your giant bowling ball. You bug Mario and Luigi are mixed into a giant ball. And then of course late in the late game you get the fire and ice flower, so that's more like the fire and ice bro move. I don't remember what it's called, even though I just beat this game, but when it was introduced to me in the late game, kind of went on, turned off my head when they named it for me. And then of course, you have your normal jump. So, unlike the other Mario and Luigi games, Brothership has less bros moves you use in the overworld in general, because the previous game, Paper Jam, had about like 5 or 6 bros moves you can use, if I remember correctly, and Dream Team the same amount, I believe. Hell, even Bowser's Inside Story on the DS had more bros moves to use in the overworld. And, which is surprising, because Bowser's Inside Story came out on the freaking DS in like 2008 or something, or 2006. I don't remember what year exactly that game came out, but yeah. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was more bros moves in older Mario Luigi game than there was in a modern one, so it was shocking. But yeah, and of course the bros attacks are, some of them are turning, some of them are brand new. So you got the Bomb Derby from Dream Team and Paper Jam that returns. You got, of course, have the green shell, the red shell that will return from like literally every single Mario and Luigi game before this game came out. And then you got some new ones like a Yoshi egg, like a Yoshi bomb or something, which basically you have to, basically play volleyball with a Yoshi egg and then hit the X button on your controller to basically send the egg flying to your opponent, and then it would hit the opponent, dealing massive damage, and then bounce up in the sky, and then Yoshi comes out of the egg and then does a big ground pound to deal even more damage to your enemies. So that's another new bros attack in this game. Then you got the lightning. Clock blowout or something, I think it's called. Where basically Mario and Luigi basically freeze time, like time travel stuff, and basically deal a bunch of damage with some flurry attacks with their hammers. Which I think was pretty cool. It kind of reminded me of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, where how you could do a flurry rush on enemies if you time your dodge right, and you could just like wail on your enemies like super fast attacks. So that bros attack kind of reminded me of that move in Zelda. And then of course you have like a lightning attack that Luigi has. I don't remember what it was called because I kind of just like fast click it whenever I'm in a fight with some enemies or something. So it's kind of like, I don't remember the name exactly, but I do know what it does. And it's basically like you gotta button mash A and B over and over until you create a giant, big enough thundercloud, and then you hit the X button. And it lets out 3 big attacks of lightning. So like 3 lightning strikes happen to all the enemies in your vicinity. And it deals massive damage on the 3rd strike. So that's pretty cool. Like, especially if there's a lot of enemies that you have to face, that attack is pretty useful. And then there's some other bros attacks I don't want to spoil because they're kind of like really late game, like near the end of the game sort of attacks. But yeah, that's all the bros moves and bros attacks you can use that I mentioned so far in this game. The islands that you travel to in this game are pretty massive. Like, some of them are huge, some of them are small. The ones that are small are kind of like not much in them to like explore, but the massive islands like Twisty Island, Slip and Glide Island, Heat Freeze Island. Oh my god, Merry-Go Island kind of gave me a bunch of headaches, to be honest, because it was basically a giant maze that you have to like navigate to the middle or to the center of the island. And it was kind of confusing because the map that you have in the game doesn't really indicate where the middle of that's like where you have to like go in the maze. So like you gotta kind of like guess, like or like not really guess, but more like yeah. Honestly, I don't know why I'm saying anything different. Yeah, you basically have to guess, especially for someone like me who is autistic and doesn't understand puzzles like that. So it was kind of like I had to look up a guide or two to figure that one out on the island. Yeah, Merry-Go Island was the only island I think I had trouble with in this game. But Twisty Island was fun. I like the dancing mini games you do on the island with Diode and his brother or his partner, I think. So like, I think it's his partner or brother. I don't remember. But yeah, there's a lot of islands in this game. I think about like 15 or 17 islands, and most of them are big, and a few of them are small. So yeah, yeah, it was a fun game. Not gonna lie, it was a 10 out of 10 for me. I don't know why in the hell did IGN give this game a 5 out of 10, because once I beat the ending boss of this game, Reclusa, and I saw the credits for the first time, I'm just like peak or like absolute cinema, whatever that meme is, basically. Because honestly, I see no reason why this is not a 10 out of 10 for IGN's review. Because I mean, I guess they just don't like Mario and Luigi games, because I think they also rated a low rating for the other Mario and Luigi games as well. I think IGN's just a big hater of this franchise, to be honest. Because I've seen a lot of other YouTubers review this game and they give it a little bit above a 5 out of 10. But for me, because I'm a huge nostalgic fan of Mario and Luigi series, I have to give this game a 10 out of 10 because of the fact that it's Mario and Luigi, and just the gameplay and the story is just beautifully crafted. And of course, the final boss is just peak fiction, bro. Like the final boss of this game is peak. If I had to like rate the Mario and Luigi bosses from like worst to best, I'd have to say Reclusa is the best boss in this game, in the series, I should say. And then Dark Bowser from Bowser's Inside Story is the second best boss. And then you have like Dreamy Bowser at like number 3 from Dream Team. And then you got like Mecha Bowser from like Paper Jam at number 4. And then the Shroob Queen or Princess Shroob you have at like number 2. And then Cagletta, I'm sorry, I have to have it at number 1. I'm sorry, number 5, as the from best to worst, honestly. But yeah, this game was good. 10 out of 10 all around. If you're a big Mario and Luigi fan, you'll love this game as well. See, I've been playing this series since Superstar Saga, since the very beginning. So like, this game was just pure nostalgia for me. Even though it came out 2024. Just for the fact that this is the Mario and Luigi game, it's nostalgic for me. Because I do love this series, and I really hope for the Switch 2 they come up with another Mario and Luigi game. Even though it's only been 2 years since this game came out, I really hope to come out with a new one for the Switch 2, like an exclusive for Switch 2, not like a Switch 2 edition of this game, but like some added content or something. Because if they do that for this 10 out of 10 game, I'm gonna fucking rage quit at Nintendo, because like, why are you gonna make a Switch 2 edition of this game, adding new stuff when this game's already perfect as it is? Like, just make a sequel. Like, it's that simple. Like, it's for real. Now, with every Mario and Luigi game, you always have like a partner, like a buddy with you the entire game. Except for Superstar Saga, you just have your suitcase with passport. I guess that's your buddy throughout the game. But I guess since starting in Partners in Time on the DS, you've always had a buddy partner with you throughout the games. Because in Partners in Time, you had Stuffwell, which was like your a living suitcase. And in Bowser's Inside Story, you had Starlo, who was a messenger of the Star Sprites. And then in Dream Team, you had Dreambert, who was a prince of pillow people. If you think that's where to play the game, and you'll think it's even weirder, honestly. And then in Paper Jam you have well, honestly, it's Starlo again, but I guess the buddy you have is Paper Mario because he's like your third teammate when you're battling and exploring in that game. But he's more like a third partner instead of like a traveling buddy like Starlo or Stuffwell. So I'm just gonna say Starlo and Paper Jam, and then of course Brothership. You have Snoutlet right there, as you can see the picture next to Mario's hat. That is the little buddy you have in this game, which he's basically like a Starlo replacement if you want to think about it like that. Cause he has like quirky moments, he has epic moments, like especially near the end of the game, he has some epic moments talking about Reclusa, how like we're gonna beat them, or how we're gonna beat him and all that. And especially like some funny moments when he was interacting with Bowser and Bowser Jr. Like, oh, you think you're tough, Bowser? Well, let me introduce you to Mario and Luigi. Like stuff like that is what I think I loved about Snoutwood in this game. And the dialogue, I gotta say, the dialogue between characters and Mario and Luigi in this game is peak because like they just say some funny and quirky stuff that fits so well with the Mario and Luigi series. To be honest, like that's just how it's always been with the Mario and Luigi franchise. Like the NPCs always say quirky and funny stuff that makes you laugh a lot. And honestly, I was laughing my ass off the entire time I was playing this game. Whenever I talk to an NPC and he says something hilarious. And even sometimes I even reference the older games in the series. Like I remember you get put in jail by Bowser's minions, and Snoutlet literally says, "Why don't you turn flat and go through the bars?" Which is a reference to Paper Jam, where you get thrown in jail in that game as well by Bowser's minions, and Paper Mario just slips through the bars and frees regular Mario and Luigi from their prison cell, which I think is a cool reference. And then of course they also make other references to the Mushroom Kingdom and all that stuff, and how Bowser and Mario have been at it for years. So that's pretty cool how they reference that and how like they have a connection like that. But yeah, I don't really see anything wrong with this game. If you love Mario and Luigi, like I said, then this game is perfect for you. But yeah, with that being said, like I said, 10 out of 10 game, all around absolute cinema when you're facing the final boss Reclusa. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I guess I'll end off today's review for you all. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's review as much as I did making it. With that being said, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and comment down below on what is your favorite boss or mini boss in this game, because there's a lot of them. And with that being said, this is Ruben Velasquez, aka the Nintendo God, signing out. Peace. Bye, guys.